Hello everybody, happy Tuesday and happy Saturday to me. I've just watched the Grand National and for the first time I think ever actually picked the winner. So I've got a little bit of money that I can most likely spend on more football shirts, let's be honest. However, I do have a little bit of a backlog building up. I've got some pretty spicy shirts to show you, but what I've got here is this big wedge of shirts here from Classic Football Shirts. There's 5 shirts, or there should be 5 football shirts in here. I purchased this, I don't know, 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago, I don't know. It's when they had 20% off at the beginning of the year. And I would classify the shirts in here as cost effective. They're not super expensive or fancy, certainly not compared to some of the ones that I will be showing you. So the idea is, I suppose, I'll do one from here, one from up there, one from here, and so on. So yeah, so it's pretty good. So I suppose let's get it open, see what wonders we've got inside, and yeah, we'll just see what they're like in person. So I'm looking for one in particular, so we'll get rid of that thing. We'll go here, there we go. So we got 2, 3, yeah, 4 more in there. At least we got the right number. Here we are. Now that's a sponsor on the front. Can you see? It's upside down. And then we'll bring it around here. You can see the manufacturer. It's a Hummel shirt, which is always a good start. Hummel makes some good stuff, don't they? Let's get this open. Ooh, yeah. Right, here then. Is there anything else in here? Nope, just the shirt. Okay then. So, here is the rear of the shirts. That's an interesting colour scheme and design there, isn't it? So we've got a few different colours. We've got some navy blues, different other blues, and then some pink in there, which is always nice to see as a little aficionado. And then on the back we have some detailing. There we go. Some sponsors. Let's bring it around to the front and see if there's any difference in that. And as you can see there, it's pretty much a continuation of the design from the rear, the same colour scheme. We've got a sponsor in the middle, and then we have the Hummel sort of logo, and then the crest, which is right there. Now, the styling of it may give you an idea of whereabouts in the world it's from, but it's possible you're not necessarily familiar with the club. There's a lot of sponsors on this one, so on the sleeves, and then the sizing should hopefully be medium, which it is. It's medium across the board. And there is the tag. So I shall dress the mannequin in this very colourful shirt and explain to you a little bit about the club and I suppose the shirt. Right here then, so there is the shirt. When it comes to sizing, I'd say it's pretty much true to fit. This has got a little bit of give and it's a medium on a medium mannequin, so just get the size you would go for. But who is the club? It begins with the letter Q and it's Quilmes and it's their away shirt from 2021. Obviously, I purchased this one from Classic Football Shirts. It was $23.99 after 20% discount. And if you're interested in picking one up, they have all sizes still available at £29.99 before any discounts. Though do be careful because for whatever reason, Classic Football Shirts also have a separate listing of this shirt in a small for 60 quid. Don't know why that happens. Obviously some sort of admin quirk, but it does happen. So if you are searching for stuff to buy, always just do a double check so you're not paying more than you absolutely need to do. So the club was founded in 1887, making it one of the oldest teams in all of the country. They come from the area of Quilmes, which is in the district of Buenos Aires. Yes, this is in Argentina. We have an Argentinian club. Very, very good. Always like improving that part of the collection. So they play in the Primera Nacional, which is in the second tier of the country, and the season's relatively just gone and started underway. 8-9 games, and they sit sort of mid-table. They've had a very, very sort of standard start, equal amount of wins, losses, and draws pretty much. So it could go either way. Last season, they finished in 3rd place. That's pretty successful, I think anybody would agree, which allowed them an opportunity to enter the playoffs for promotion, which they actually lost in the 2nd round. And that meant, of course, they are in still the 2nd tier. They have played in the top tier before. In fact, they've even won league titles. They have 2 league titles to their name. You've got to go back to the 70s for one of them and then go back to like the 1910s for the other one. And I thought it was quite interesting when I looked at the crest. They have 3 stars, 2 league titles. I think they've won another local honour. That's stretching it a bit if that's what they're counting with regards to stars, but you know, that's their decision to do so, I suppose. Historically, the club was founded, like a lot of clubs from South America, by immigrants from the British Isles. And what that meant at the beginning, that they would only allow people who were kind of members of the British Empire to play for the club, which at that point was quite vast, so there was quite a number of people to be able to pull from. But eventually, of course, they allowed locals to play for the club because, let's be honest, if they didn't, the club would certainly wouldn't be existing by now because, yeah, you kind of want to need local talent, let's be honest. So it's a Hummel shirt, which is pretty good. I like Hummel stuff. They've been with Hummel for about 10 years, coming up to 10 years. Nice little partnership going on there. And it's just really good quality material. You've got sort of a combination of kind of screen printed stuff, sort of transferred on stuff, screen printed on stuff, transferred on stuff. So you've got a bit of stuff. The actual crest itself is like a really thin transfer. So, yeah, I don't think there's any worries there. With regards to the front sponsor, it's not just the area, though it is. It's actually a very popular drinks company from the country. And it's interesting, this one, because this sponsor here is infinite. It's indefinite. They partnered up most recently, a few years ago, and I think the club was having some sort of financial struggles, and this company said, look, you know, we'll help you out, but we want to be sponsors forever. I don't know if that's ever a case. Is there any other clubs that have that sort of partnership? Chelsea don't even have a sponsor. This club has a sponsor for the rest of its existence. I mean, that's a commitment, that is. I don't know if it means it's going to be a front sponsor, sleeve sponsor, or behind the scenes thing. I'm sure that there's some way they can move it. But keep an eye on this over the next 100 years and see how it goes. On the back of the neck, it did have the supposed year of founding, and also it says something to the effect of the Dean of Argentine football. I say supposed because it's in dispute. Apparently, it could also have been founded 10 years later, which is quite a bit of a difference, let's be honest. So it's not quite the oldest team in the country. And also, a lot of these clubs are founded, but not as football clubs. They were cricket clubs. This was a polo club, I think. They don't start playing football until like 20 years later. I think that's a little bit cheeky to then say, oh, we're the oldest football club. Well, not really, but anyway, that's what's going on there. And then that's just kind of it, really. It's just got a funky design. Not entirely sure if it means anything in particular. It just looks really good. Like the colours, and of course, I like the pink influence. Not really much else to talk about, really. It's just another Argentine shirt to my collection. I don't know how many I've got now. Certainly over 10, but there's still quite a few of the bigger names that I do want to add to the collection. So that's shirt number 1 of 4. And I think, to be honest, this was possibly the most expensive out of a lot. So you can see it's going to be quite a bargain basement offering that I picked up. Next is going to be probably something a little bit more spicy, a little bit more limited, and they'll just go back and forth. So there you go. That's a shirt that you can still buy on Classical Shirts. Guys, I hope you have a great week ahead. I'm going to think about what I'm going to spend my winnings on, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, and thank you for watching.